You know what time it is. We are going to do a collective today. I am feeling that my throat. I am feeling that some of you have been speaking your truth lately. That you have found a rejuvenated sense of yourself, and you have witnessed it, that it has been put into action. Okay, like you are the one that has put it into action. Okay, even if your voice has stuttered, even if you have struggled, your voice has shaken, like you struggle to speak your truth, you've done it. The Scorpio full moon today. So you are in a place where you're ready to uncover like deep-seated truths, whether it's between you and someone else, whether it's within yourself. You're in a place right now where you are willing to look at the hard. You're willing to look at the ambiguous, the things that are hidden below the surface. You're recognizing, I need to go deeper in order to further a relationship with myself and my highest self, right? I don't know why I just heard juvenile, but for some of you, maybe you have been noticing that the energies that were keeping you disconnected from yourself have felt juvenile. It's felt underdeveloped. It's felt immature. For some of you, this could be emotionally immature parents, or maybe it's, and when I say juvenile, it also could be the sense of you have been tending to others' inner childs lately, and you've been neglecting your own. And so there's been kind of like it's felt like a power imbalance lately. Which has been depleting for your energy, obviously. I'm getting for some of you, you have kind of been waking up too, and you've just been feeling exhausted. It's like that you can feel that there's something that needs to be purged or released at this time, but it's almost like it's getting caught on the way up, So, yeah, I just keep hearing speak your truth, 222 as I say that. I think for a lot of you, there has been lately, you have felt this internal pressure. It's almost like that this next chapter of your life, you can't fully step into it until you have this moment of speaking your truth. Like somebody needs to hear you speak your truth. You need to speak your truth to somebody. Or maybe it's even to yourself. Like there might be aspects of yourself that you've been putting off acknowledging, is what I heard. And for some reason, green is really sticking out to me today as a color. So for some of you, you also maybe have been experiencing like this tension in your chest, like your heart space. Or you've been feeling like your heart has been dropping more than usual lately. Like you've just been feeling kind of tense in your rib cage area, maybe having rib pain. Activation of prosperity too. I heard that. I think for a lot of you, it's almost like on a cellular level, you guys have been feeling like there are changes underway. Like you're feeling the transformation happen, but it's hard to actually pinpoint and pin down what it actually is that's going on. But you can feel that things are shifting internally for you. I heard play dates. Yeah, I think for some of you have like this playful, curious aspect of yourself has been online recently. You felt drawn to do things you wouldn't typically do. So maybe that is like part of that juvenile energy, right? Of like, let's go back to basics, basically. I want to learn myself from the inside out. And so one way to do that is to go back to this juvenile version of myself, this younger version of myself. Even if you felt like that version of you, my right nostril's itchy. Even if you felt like that, I almost said right version of you. Maybe for some of you, you feel like that version of you, your younger version, was the right version. Like you felt untainted, you felt the purest, you felt innocent, and you're kind of like being called back to that innocence. There's a longing for that childlike innocence and adventure. My throat is like wanting to activate. I think some of you have actually cleared throat blockages lately, throat chakra blockages, or had throat chakra upgrades. I'm almost positive that is for the majority of you guys. That's what's been going on. And the way that you'll know that is the things that you think about, the ideas that you have, you're not really second guessing them. You're not second guessing how you feel about yourself. You're not second guessing boundaries that you want to uphold. You are speaking your truth. You're not mincing words. You're not sugarcoating things at this time. And this has felt liberating for you is what I'm hearing. Even if there is still part of you that from that previous programming, you know, you've had to have tough conversations with someone lately. And there is part of that old programming where you don't want to feel guilty, but you kind of have felt guilty. You're like, I'm just going to say it and I'm going to let it be what it is. And I'm going to work on not taking ownership for someone's reactions to my authentic truth. So that's probably significant for a good amount of you. Yeah, like this is my abundance. And I feel that in my solar plexus. Like a lot of you are reimagining your idea of abundance within yourself, and you're recognizing, wow, when I really speak my truth, it is resonant on an energetic level. So my energetic field actually shifts and adapts to the resonance in me speaking my truth. And other people are affected by that around you, right? Because your energy field is your energy field, and it can merge with other people's not really merge, but it can be experienced and felt through other people's energy fields. So a lot of people around you are noticing too, like you're walking with a new confidence. You're not second guessing yourself right now. Like everything that you are doing, you're owning the decisions that you're making. You're owning the choices, right? I heard two things, kind of like brick house and paved with good intentions. And so I'm seeing like this could represent several different things for different people. But for some of you, you are kind of building an empire. You're trying to assess like almost like what are the materials that I want my foundation to be built out of? You know, not just literally, but metaphorically. Like, how do I want to brand myself basically? Who am I like when I am projecting myself out to the world? Like, do I even have a full understanding of who I am? Is that still kind of underway? Is that in process right now? Which, yes, it always is, and that's okay. But for some of you, you are like, you're dropping the mask is what I heard. Like, you're starting to come to this revelation that maybe the things that I was doing, I was acting in accordance to these things because of this mask that I had put on. It wasn't even, it felt authentic, but it wasn't actually authentic to myself because this was almost like a filter that I had on, or maybe a specific lens that I was looking at myself through, and thus the world, right? I see the number 12700. 127 might be significant for someone. 10, the number 10. Move, action. Move in action. Like when the director calls action for a scene. I think you're getting ready to, like, you're in a place where you have integrated so much that like this self-confidence is really starting to call the shots and taking action. And you're liking this feeling of like, it almost feels like you're like a new version of yourself has emerged, and they have just come in and they're taking initiative. And you know, this is part of that year of the fire horse, that momentum of like, I'm not going to allow things that previously set me back to set me back this time. Like, I know my worth, I know what I'm about, and I'm following that in accordance with what needs to happen, right? Move. So something about moving, some of y'all are moving, literally like moving to a different location or a different residency this year. But I'm also feeling like for a lot of you, like the relationship to your body and movement in your body has been very important. Some of you have been looking more into like fascia and like the somatic processing, somatic healing, breath work, qigong, calisthenics. Maybe some of you have really upped your ante, was what I heard, with your bodily movement. You're also starting to figure out the interconnectedness of the body and the spirit and the mind and the soul. All of those things, there's an interplay with those things. My throat is feeling tickly right now. So I think as I'm saying this, there might be some of you that you're kind of not resisting this message, but it's kind of feeling hard to take in, or kind of hard to find resonance right now. Like there might be some things I'm speaking on that do resonate, but for some of you, yeah, like the initiative piece, you're struggling with that. I heard this last time, I heard up and out, but now I'm hearing up and away. So maybe it's not just that you have to remove these energies of stagnancy up and out, but you have to, again, it's kind of like in recovery, you know, like you can't put yourself in the same places that got you sick or kept you stuck. So it's kind of the same thing. You need to move away from certain circumstances or environments, beliefs that contributed to you creating closeness with this version of your identity that is so outdated and does not serve you, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, it's okay to have days where the only thing you do is survive. I was looking over at the reminders and I saw that one. I think some of you need to hear that right now. Yes, I know, like a lot of times we talk about self-improvement and, you know, the spiritual journey and always being 1% better, but realistically, you know, spiritual ascension and enlightenment and divinity, you know, like balancing the energies within yourself, that takes a lot of repetition. It takes conscientiousness. It takes consistent effort. It takes a lot of work. It's physically and mentally and emotionally. It takes a lot of awareness and intentionality. So your guides want you to know that, like, it's okay lately if you've literally just felt like you have to survive, and even that is keeping you holding on. Like, you aren't drifting away from this, and now my crown chakra is tingling, but you are not drifting away from this highest, like your highest version of yourself. What I'm actually seeing is like a raft, and like it's kind of like the Titanic, but you are like holding on to the raft, and your higher self is like literally has clamped their hand onto yours, and they're like, you're not drifting away. Like, I've got you. Like, even on these days, as long as you can keep yourself, you know, afloat and let me carry you, you're not going anywhere. We're getting you back on this raft. Even if, you know, you need a moment to rest and like gather your energy. I saw 1333 as I say that. You're not going anywhere. I'm here with you. So I think for a lot of you, you needed to hear that from your, you know, guides or your higher self or whatever your source is. They have not left. And the sun actually started to come out as I said that. The sky, I'm just noticing the sky looks so much clearer. So if you can be able to rest in that knowing, the clear skies are coming for you. As soon as I said that, a bird landed on the very top of this branch of a tree. Wow. You're never going back to the vantage point, and then it took off. You're never going back to the vantage point that you were at. You're reaching new heights. And it's going to come as effortlessly to you as like a bird in flight. Yeah. I just like really felt this need to like breathe and close my eyes. So remember that even if that is The Hanged Man. Even if that is the only thing you do for the day, you're still connecting with yourself and you're still connecting to this energy. And my crown chakra is itching like tingling like crazy. But what am I trying to say? Cessation does not represent like the absence of your presence. Does that make sense? Like cessation with, and I don't even think cessation is the right word, but momentary, what you perceive in the 3D as a human as pauses, doesn't mean that there is an absence of this transformation, this process still taking place and still picking up the pace, is what I heard. Rest is a vital part of productivity and creation and production. I mean, rest is rest, but think about how much your body does when you're asleep, when you're in REM sleep, when you're reaching those theta waves of consciousness, right? And that's when you can dream. That's when you can astral travel. That's when you can receive divine downloads and insights from your higher self. When you're dreaming, and that's when your body is undergoing all the cellular repair. That's why it's so important that you are reaching REM sleep, that you're sleeping deeply, that you're not having uninterrupted sleep, because yes, on the outside you're resting, but look at all the stuff that's taking place on the inside, that your body it's literally repairing itself for you. So, take solace in that. Even when you feel like you're slowing down, there's a purpose in that, okay? I heard on the convergence of something big. Don't give up now. It's okay if there's still residuals from your past. As long as we're not getting overly identified with that being our current story. It's okay that the book was written, the chapter's there. We don't need to reopen it right now, but if you need to use it as a reference point sometimes, then that's okay. But don't get caught up in making that the next chapter of your story, okay? Yes, like my throat is itching too. So it's major crown chakra, heart chakra, and throat chakra activations at this time. So the upper chakras now, whereas I think last week we were more rooted in the lower chakras and feeling the activation of that. Wow, I love this. So I actually was shuffling these Rumi cards. These are beautiful. But what I was gonna say, okay. This kind of reminds me of the analogy I was talking about with the box earlier, and what was I saying with there was the bird that perched on the branch at the top. You have a new vantage point, and you're never like going to lower your vantage point. You're only going up. There's no down. I want to read 2 of these to you guys. So this one says, "Your love has broken every link. You draw my wayward soul to the harbor of the soul with you, or in you." Ooh, can make me feel a little emotional, but your love as an essence is so powerful. I don't even know if some of you know. I think some of you understand it, but I'm really feeling the magnitude of your love right now. You love so hard that you actually have been able to overcome the opposite of that, right? That was projected onto you. You have been able to love yourself back into this aligned version of yourself, where that love can only amplify now because you have not only poured that around you, but back into you. So it's like a saturation of love. I love that. The other one says, "Now that it does not fit within any limit, I break every limit." It's that alchemy of the soul. It's the soul's recognition of the potential of of your transmutable energy and potential. Limitless, baby. Ooh. Okay, one more. It says, reason says, the world is limited in 6 directions. There is no way out. Love says, there is a way, and I have traveled it many times. I'm like shaking as I'm delivering this message, but I feel so like in awe right now and so inspired. I want you all to feel that way about yourself. And I think you are moving into a place where you are feeling that, and you're recognizing how incredible of a feat it actually is to have alchemized and accomplished what you have within yourself. So I'm going to leave that there. I saw 2101 as I said that. 211 or 101 might be relevant to somebody. Ooh, okay. Yeah. Ooh, I'm going to leave that there. There is so much love that I'm feeling from this message. I just want you guys to know your guides are like shining their fucking light on you guys right now. Yeah. And I'm like feeling this like sweat almost as I'm saying that, but get ready to shine your light. Get ready to pour in your light. Get ready to be poured into. I saw 2144 as I said that. You are chosen because you choose, okay? I love you so much. And if this resonated with you and you want to go deeper with me, you can click on the link in the description, okay? And I would love to go deeper with you and see if this energy, how it's, resonating on a more personal level for you. So I love you guys. Thank you again continuously for your support, and take care of yourself, and I will talk to you soon.